Bye.
Okay. I've almost got full mobility back. You know, when they tell you Chris Roberts isn't ready, go take a run. Don't take it literally. All right. Find also, quite frankly, if I may say so, find someone that looks at you the way that Scrap from Bar Citizen International looks at someone doing a CitizenCon interview. That was just so intense the whole time. All right. As they said, as Dan and Sam said, we have one more presentation left. It's a big one. Beyond Pyro. We're looking at what's next beyond our next star system, which just went to PTU, yeah? Viva Cati? All right. I've been in this world for so long. So please welcome to the stage one of my favorite people at CIG, and I don't say that lightly. A man whose last name took me 3 years to learn to pronounce correctly, and I'm still not entirely certain I did it. Please welcome to the stage Star Citizen's creative director, Mr. Ian Leyland.
Hello, everybody.
Did I say it wrong? I did.
Yeah,
okay. I did.
It's good.
I still didn't get it.
One day. Thanks, Jared. Hello, everyone. Wonderful to see you all. Thank you for coming out. Did you guys see that worm? Really cool. All right. So right now, it's all hands on deck to make 4.0 the best experience for you. Richer locations, deeper gameplay, better experiences. All with completely new and wonderful music from Pedro, which will create an evocative and emotional backdrop. Rich and I have been working directly with Pedro for many months now. Beautiful music awaits. But today, I'm going to talk to you about what's beyond Pyro. So let's strap in and we'll take a look. My name's Ian. I'm the creative director for Star Citizen. And let's start by looking up into the stars and saying hello to an old friend. Awesome. All right. So this is Nix system. Nix was discovered in 2582 by Carl Larry during the height of the newly formed United Empire of Earth's territorial expansion. Its most defining feature, and the source of its name, is the sprawling black dust cloud that occupies most of the system. The dust cloud severely hampers visibility and can interfere with your ship's scanners. This system does, however, border with Vandal space. So, visitors are being advised there are Vandal raiding parties hitting locations throughout the system. But, despite this, a small community has formed in the system, and this is on an asteroid in the belt between Nix 2 and Nix 3. And this asteroid is called Delmar. And here it is, hidden deep in the Glacium Ring. But actually, Delmar should be, and now is, an actual asteroid. And as it's an asteroid, the space is a zero geolocation, giving a unique identity for a landing zone. So let's take a closer look at the main POI on Delmar. All right. Awesome, awesome. So, for all that remember, it's awesome to be able to say, welcome back to Levski. And for new players, let me tell you why it's a cool place. This used to be an old mining facility, which was mothballed and then abandoned. There is an internal network of abandoned tunnels and mine shafts, and these are now populated with refugees, fugitives, and criminals. This is also the home to the People's Alliance, who you'll be doing some work for. And as Levski was made some time back, it needed to be updated so that it can fit into current gameplay features and systems and mission loops. So let's take a look at the first update, and that is to the hangars and landing services. Release the Kraken! All right, cool. So Levski is still perched over the borehole, but now has a suite of hangars that are arrayed around and inside the borehole. We're also increasing the quantity of hangars. This is to meet the ever-expanding players per server to remove hangar wait times. And this pass will be done for all landing zones in the game right now. And for players that don't want to store their ship, docking services will be added high up on the cliff walls. Now, other than hangars and docking services, there are other ways to enter the location, which are also getting new updates. Let's take a look. All right, awesome. So around the main entrance, there's still gravity plating for on-foot access. And these will lead to open landing pads for quick drop-off and pickup. And we're also adding access to gameplay areas for a variety of local missions and gameplay types. And as you saw in the video, there will be banks of exterior freight elevators. These can be used for quicker gameplay loops without requiring hangar services. Now, as this is a zero-G location, it also gives an opportunity for another type of specialist freight services. Let's take a look. All right, so first off, now the borehole goes all the way through the asteroid, which is awesome to fly through. And down at the base of the asteroid, there will be banks of exterior zero-G freight elevators. These will be priority access for Hull series ships. So for all the Hull series folks, we got you covered. The same functionality is also coming to space stations in both Stanton and Pyro. But wait, there's a little bit more. Let's take a look. All right, cool. So, the external freight elevators will now have direct access to cargo decks to be able to quickly sell or pick up for the next run. So that concludes some of the exterior updates coming to Levski. But the interior is also getting some updates to bring them in line with current gameplay requirements. These will be spaces like cargo services, as we just saw, for hauling and supplies, and refinement centers, so you don't need to travel far to refine your ore. And we're updating the interior layout to provide better access to gameplay spaces. So to conclude, Nick's system will be the next system after Pyro. Yay! Delamar is now a physical asteroid with a zero-G play space. All right, not so much. And we're updating Levski to fit current gameplay mechanics and gameplay loops. And most importantly, we're adding local areas for gameplay content. Now, speaking of gameplay in landing zones, let's leave Levski for now. And let's jump to Rainy Arcop, which is missing the most gameplay spaces right now. So we're continuing the Building Interior initiative. We're adding additional districts to landing zones, which are gameplay focused. These gameplay areas will interweave with the landing zone, but ultimately will be independent. So for Area 18, let me introduce you to the Municipal Works. And this will be split into two locations. The actual Municipal Works, which will be an open world sandbox area for all players, and the lower Municipal Works, known locally as the Depths, which will comprise of several instanced levels. So, how do I get to the Municipal Works? The Municipal Works is accessible in multiple places in Area 18. Some will be available to everyone, and some you'll need to unlock with mission progression. As an example, here's a map of Area 18 Central. And as I said, there'll be various access points throughout the landing zone, and some will be easier to access than others. These access points will lead to transit systems, taking you deep into the underbelly, eventually reaching the Municipal Works. And the Municipal Works will have spaces like maintenance, filtration, and the sewer network, which is what we're seeing here. It's a very exotic place. So down here, it's an open world sandbox for you and other players, very similar to contested zones in Pyro stations. It's an area to do local missions, like exploration, repair, or even pest control. But the main purpose is provide access to the depths. And these will be instanced areas. So, what is an instance area? Well, an instance area works in the same way as an instanced hangar. And as the name says, it's a separate space for you and your group. But why do we want to do this? This gives us the ability to create tailored missions that will provide a mixture of content like combat or exploration or puzzle gameplay, and fundamentally allows us to design challenging, meaningful content. All right, so let me illustrate, going over here, how the depths will be split by levels. Now, stay with me on this. We're going to rattle through it quick. So let's say you're in level B01. You're running a mission, you're having a great time with the curated content I just mentioned. But down here, you'll have to do a variety of content over a period of time and over multiple play sessions. At the end of the mission, you'll find an access point, which will bring you back to the landing zone. And you'll do this loop multiple times with different mission content. After achieving the required amount of progression, your access level will be upgraded. So this time, you head down the access point elevator, and now it takes you all the way down to level B02, and you continue on with your journey. Now this is your new area with different mission content, new rewards, and a new access point back to the LZ. The same as B01, you'll do this loop multiple times. And you guessed it, eventually you'll get access to level B03, and we continue deeper. With each level you unlock, you access new areas for new mission loops. You'll access new, more challenging curated content and access better and better rewards. And this is what will form progression-based content. So as I just described, was a very condensed version of an actual play sessions. But this still describes the unique gameplay experience. Landing zone areas which will offer long-term gameplay progression. So that concludes this section on gameplay spaces for landing zone. We're excited to show you more. All right. So we're going to head away from ArtCop for now. Let's look again into the stars, and now we're going to talk about solar systems. All right. Stanton's system was the primary system in the game. It serves as a lawful system. It's protected by the UEE and will continue to be evolved and updated as we balance it with other systems. Then we have Pyro system, which we've spoken about at length, and this will serve as the primary unlawful system and is the perfect contrast to Stanton. Then, as we just saw, we have Nick's system. It's not a totally unsafe system like Pyro, but it depends on where you go, as it borders Vandal space. See that little bit of red? That's Vandal space right there. And the UEE does not protect this system. But we've got a little bit of space there, haven't we? All right. I thought he was saying click system then. I'm like, well, I'm not sure about that one. All right. But we've got a bit of room at the bottom, so it would be a shame not to fill it in with something, right? So if we get a big cheer, we'll reveal the system. You ready? Very cool. Very cool. All right. Here it is. Oh, wait. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So let's take a sneak peek at system number 4. Here it is. Well, it's awesome, right? All right. No, in order to reveal the 4th system, let me take you on a little history lesson. And to do that, we're going to load up our old friend, the Galactipedia. So, we're back in the height of the human-Xi'an Cold War. Tensions were at breaking point. In 2542, Armistead Perry introduced a designation line for a group of 8 planetary systems that marked the borderlands between Xi'an and human-controlled space. The United Planets of Earth designated the systems as no-fly zones and utilizing them as military staging grounds. But one system on the Peri line offered a key strategic position for a potential invasion into the Xi'an Empire. And that system was Castra. But luckily for us, war was averted, the Peri Line Pact was signed, which was a peace treaty between the now UEE and the Xi'an Empire, so the Cold War ended. The systems of the Peri Line were divided up between humans and Xi'an, and fast forward back to present day, humans and the Xi'an enjoy a more prosperous relations, and everyone's cool. So, the fourth system will be Castra. History lesson's over, so let's jump in and find out a little bit more. First we have Castra 1. Here it is. Castra 1 is a dead, coreless planet because it's too close to the sun to be terraformed for human habitation. So instead, the UEE Navy used Castra 1 for target practice, giving it the nickname of Bullseye. All the weapon testing throughout the Mesa era has left Bullseye covered in craters. And as you can see, it's super toxic, meaning ground exploration will require high-end environment suits. And as you saw in the weather demo, raging storms will create difficulty of access, giving risk and rewards for adventurers seeking unique minables and other items. Okay. Then we have Castra 2. The second planet from the sun is called Cascom. And this was the location of the military's staging area. Since the system was opened up to non-military settlement, it has since become a center of trade and tourism, but is still considered an Earth-centric traditionalist system, which prizes citizenship above all else. Let's head down to the surface and check it out. Breaking through the clouds, you'll find a landscape full of Great Lakes and lush crimson forests. And as you saw in the CTG presentation, you can see how we're going to make these worlds with the new technology. High up on the mountain range, here at the highest peak, we can just make out the landing zone called Sherman. Which is fondly known by its residents as the island in the sky. Sherman is currently in pre-production, but I wanted to take the opportunity to show at least a sneak peek. Let's take a look. Awesome. Let me take you through some of the areas of Sherman you just saw. The dominant landmark you see in the center is Spaceport Ulysses, named after the mountain Sherman is sitting on. This is where they staged the bombers that were on active rotation, waiting on any sign of any aggression. But now it's mostly a commercial spaceport. The Navy still has an airbase here, but it's a great place to see some big ships of the UEE. Commercial hangars are located inside the main trench. And even though this is a converted from a naval base, it still has an impressive military flavor. And speaking of military flavor, the original AOV-9s, anti-orbital cannons, are still present around the defensive walls, with most of them being decommissioned once it became a civilian city. Over to the left of the spaceport is the Sparrows Industrial Park, home to the sprawling cargo yards and manufacturing plants. The Sparrows has evolved from its days as a military supply and munitions depot into a bustling and modern industrial park. To the right side of the spaceport is Fort Riggs, which originally used to house the Army when Sherman was used as a staging point for a potential ground assault of the Xi'an Empire. Since the area was decommissioned, it has now been turned into a business park and is the governmental center of CASCOM, with the Governor's Council headquarters located here. As this base was built during the Mesa era, as humans were expanding their borders, this introduces a new architectural style for humans. Between the First Travarian War on one front and the Xi'an Cold War on the other, a new style called Henoism arose, with an emphasis on prefabrication and fortification. The designs were robust, durable against warfare and harsh enemies and harsh environments. And from all the locations we just saw, high up on the upper wall, you can see the commercial district, and specifically the Ansel shopping complex. Situated high above the sprawling main base below, the Ansel area originally served as the command center to Sherman's military operations. Inside this building, you'll find key areas like the Edge of Oblivion Bar, which was converted from the old officers' lounge. You'll also find Eckhart Security Headquarters, and you'll find the Mercenary Guild headquarters. The other areas in the commercial district include the OPA towers for habitation. That's the building on the left. And on the right, it's the Imperial Sherman Infirmary. There's also the Reeves Military Museum, where you can experience the history of humanity's military and the role that Castra has played in keeping the Empire safe. And finally, we have Overlook Point, which is the name of the vantage point and park situated in front of Central Command, which has the best view overlooking the landing zone. So that's a quick overview of some of the key areas of Sherman. I think it's devastatingly beautiful, with a rich history and unique mood and vibe. Awesome. So before I go, I want to thank you all. You are all awesome. All your passion, all your dedication make our lives as devs so much easier. And thanks to the CIG staff, who's the awesome work we're seeing in front of you. So thanks again. You are all amazing, passionate, and enabling us to dream big. Enjoy the rest of your show.
I'll just do that. All right.
That was awkward.
Okay. We're just about at that time. Before we get there, I do have a couple announcements. Now, this time last year, I did a couple announcements and it made a couple people upset. I used this opportunity to to call out a couple people who bothered me. Mostly, I just want to say the ground floor and the first floor can be the same floor. No, we actually do have some actual honest-to-goodness announcements. Two of our partners, Scan Computer and VKB Joysticks, are doing giveaways for the people here exclusively. Now, there are numbers on the challenge coin that was in your swag bag. I'm getting this data as I'm here, so bear with me. So everybody should pull out your coins. Yeah. And I'm going to call out some numbers. And if your coin matches this number, you're going to find Dan. He's that guy over there with the bouncing thing. There we go. And he's going to give you your prize. So the first prize is for a set of VKB joysticks. The number we're looking for is 2272. 2272. Anybody? All right, well, pass it along if you find 2272 VKB joysticks. A second set of VKB joysticks, 3404. 3404, you can head on over there and pick up your VKB joysticks. And the grand prize is a computer from Scan Computer, they're a vendor here, built into a Kovalex shipping box. So I'm going to give you 2 more seconds to pull out your challenge coins here. The winner of a Kovalex computer is challenge coin 413. 413? What? You get it? All right. Find Dan over there. If you don't claim your coins, hey, I'm just doing the thing. It just says the thing right there. I'm just reading the thing. All right, guys, it is approximately 5 o'clock. If you check your CitizenCon schedules that were handed to you inside your gift bags, at 5:30 is our special redacted portion of the show. That gives us approximately 30 minutes. So 30 minutes to stretch your legs, to get something to eat, to buy your last piece of swag, to check your challenge coins, and go and collect your swag if you need to. And then at 5:30, I said it before, I'll say it again, don't let any force on this earth stop you from being in these seats. We'll see you at 5:30, everybody.